Hi guys. So today I'm going to do my reading on the Lionsgate portal. It's coming up on 8/8/20. So August 8th is going to be a big day. We know there's a whole lot going on in the world. So most of us spiritualists know this is going to be a very important one. Not only globally, but also on an interpersonal level. That is what happens. Everything kind of lines up with the pyramids, with Cyrus, and it's going to be big. So let's get to the reading. I drew two oracle cards, and these oracle cards ask you a question versus give you an answer, because when it asks you a question, it makes you think. So the very first one is, am I in my head or in my heart? Let me pull that back a little bit. So that's the first question it asks. So that's what we definitely, are we being head-centered or heart-centered? And really, whatever is best for you, you have to determine that. I like this one. What can I burn? Okay. Well, you could burn some sage, incense, candles, or maybe you could burn some letters. Like you could write a letter out to somebody you want to say goodbye to that you haven't cut ties with. Maybe there's some photographs that you've been holding on to that there was some kind of trauma with another person. But kind of think on that. What can I burn? What can I just kind of eradicate and get a fresh start and release? And that's kind of what the Ten of Fire is talking about. That's where we're heavily burdened and we need to drop the load and we just have to release it and we have to let go. And so that is, anytime anyone sees that card, he's carrying those heavy rods on his back and he is exhausted. And then we've got to release it. We've got to release and let go. So during this Lionsgate portal, I want you to look at what can I let go of? Because one of the things about it is it's about making a shift. Everything is going to shift on that day. The world is going to shift in its own way, but I'm talking to people, I want to talk more on an interpersonal level of what kind of shifts you can expect. But what can you release? What can you burn? What can, do that sage and incense and cleanse and burn those candles down. But set it on fire, set it ablaze. The very first card is Page of Earth. Now, this is a very studious type of card. The reason why I believe it's come up is that many of you have been doing certain spiritual practices. You have been educating yourself. You're reading the books. You're learning the tarot. You're reading the oracle. Some of you may be going on and reading others like I do. And you're really getting in there and, you're educating yourself. But right now, with the Lionsgate portal, it's saying, what have you learned so far? What has these lessons taught you? You are going to be asked that, and you're going to have certain experiences on that day where what you know is going to be tested. I want you to think about it like this. You've been in school, you've been studying and studying. That's what the Page of Earth does. They study, but now you're about to be tested. Now is the test. Here it is. Here is your test. Let's see if you pass or fail. That's kind of what it comes down to. You're going to have to implement what you have learned at this point going forward. And that's another big thing for the Lionsgate portal. We are dealing with, this is my COVID card. For those who watch my videos, Eight of Fire is the COVID card. It's a very swift moving card. This is a big one, the Lionsgate portal. All the light workers need to come together and just get together and link up and try to flatten the curve. To kind of call on the spirit to get people to open their eyes and to awaken that we're in this together. This is war. This is war against COVID. And we're in this together. And if we cannot come together, then it's just going to go up like this, and more people are going to die. So that is where all of the light workers need to come together. And we need to be as one. And I know, there are some disagreements, even in the light community. I have seen them. People say, various conspiracy theories are trying to break up the light people. I see them. I did a video on it just last week. How they're the light communities are being infiltrated by people with these various conspiracies. And just what I pretty much told them, without trying to fill anyone's head, but is get your eyes on spirit and look to the light, and focus on that. Spirit's not going to mislead you. Spirit is not the one that misleads. That is very important. But there are those that will try to get you to look away from the spirit. So it's real important to get eyes on spirit during this time. And the Ace of Water, especially, the compassion, the love of spirit and so forth. I feel like during this time, spirit's really going to pour down their love on people that have felt empty for a long time. But they also need people to do it. So one of the things they're calling for the light people is to use the power of love, to open the gates and let it flow. And to nurture and care for everyone. I have a lot of women who are in the spiritual community. My group is about 85% women. The Queen of Water, the empaths, the psychics, all need to be coming out, the Mother Goddess, and giving this outpouring of love. See how the light is coming down. We need to bring the light down to earth. So that is one of the things that I'm hoping with the Lionsgate portal is bringing the light down to earth. Everything just kind of coming together. We got to kind of turn the ship a little bit to get it in the right direction, especially with this here, guys. This is one of the things we really need to call for. And don't think your voice is not important. Like we talk about, a vote is important. Even one vote is important. They add up. So I want you to think of a bunch of light workers praying for the light to descend on earth. Okay? And, I want you to think about prayer and how it can change things when everybody is doing it together. What that does when it is sent to the universe. So we especially need everybody to come together. And then the other card is balance. Let me read this one. The need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise, wait for perfect timing. And this is one of the things. Everything is so out of balance in the world right now. I know you're all aware of that. We've got everything with the pandemic has been absolutely a disaster. People are completely in opposition on this. And like I was saying, conspiracy theories. We've got protests, and then we've got riots too, but we've got this clash, and everybody is against each other. And it's like we need everything to balance. It can only be chaos for so long. But one of the things is I feel the Lion's Portal is going to try to get to a moment, an equilibrium of balance, so people can see more clear. That's what we're hoping for. No, not everybody is going to get there. I mean, I'm not going to sell you a bill of goods, but I do feel, especially people in the light community and so forth, will do that. One of the things, regardless of what religion, belief system you have, but if you have some kind of belief system, is that we are all paying attention to the signs. Be it whether you're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, light worker, Hindu, ski, whatever. We all know to pay attention to signs. This is one of the things that is integral among any spiritualist. Native Americans especially pay attention to signs. So, and that is what we're all doing. How we interpret them can be a little bit different. But we're all aware something really deep is going on right now, with all the signs we're seeing. And we know we need to make changes. We're all aware we need change in this world. So really calling on spirit is important. The economy, the financial worry, the devastation, the poverty, we're definitely hitting that. And it's not just going to impact us here in the States, but around the globe. This is the Five of Earth. It is a worry card. And a lot of people are very much worried about that. Just the basic necessities of life. How are we going to pay for things? But one of the things about it is people will come together to help each other. I feel there is going to still be people to do that. Let's face it, we can't necessarily depend on the government to take care of us, but I feel like a lot of organizations are going to be born to help people during this time. Good ones. And so you will see those coming up throughout the year, that there are going to be these organizations that are going to be born, just to help people that are struggling to make it, because a lot of people are very worried about everything right now. Now, one of the things I have learned from the Lionsgate portal, Six of Water, is we do need to look at the past and we need to learn from it. That is a major lesson of the Lionsgate portal. I'm going to tell a story real quick. Some of the people in the group know it, but some of you YouTubers may not. Last year, I had a doctor's appointment, and it was a Lionsgate portal that day, so 8/08/19. I had a doctor's appointment I had to go to. I had a little time to kill. I looked at my odometer, and I was very surprised what I saw. Now, an old apartment where a whole lot of things went down pertaining to my spiritual path, an old apartment was not that far away. And I'm like, if I drive to this apartment complex where I used to live, is what's going to happen, what I think is going to happen. So I go there, I drive up to my old apartment, park, and my odometer went 8:08:19. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. For the Lionsgate portal last year, my odometer hit that right when I went back to my old place. So it's a real thing, guys. And that taught me this is a very powerful day. And it caused me to reflect, like Six of Water, look at the past. What happened? What can we learn? And that's especially why I'm telling you about the Page of Earth. All these spiritual lessons and so forth that you've learned and you've been studying and you've been practicing. Now it's time to be tested. Now you're going to be tested on what you know. And that's kind of how I felt when I was there. I had to really look at the past and be like, where was I then? And where am I now? And then where am I now? I'm a reader and I've got a group and I'm doing things and everything's going good. Good job, this, that, whatever. But I look at where I came from and see that's one of the things, especially is when we kind of reflect on Lionsgate portal, we can't forget where we come from. And if you had it hard like I did, it's important to never forget that. Like, okay, so you've achieved that love and light and equilibrium, and you've got the balance, and the chakras are all aligned with the universe, and you've had your Reiki attunements, and you're in a really good place, and abundance just flows. But never forget where you came from. Never forget the hard times, because they made you who you are. And you couldn't have gotten like that. You couldn't have gotten the power of the magician, the ability to manifest, be it even financial abundance or your dreams or your dream job or that relationship you've always wanted. And don't forget where you came from. And that's one of the things that always sticks with me. Another thing that always sticks with me is it can be taken away at any time. Everything is a gift. Everything is a gift. The ability, for those who have abilities, it's a gift. It can be taken away at any time. Your ability for abundance can be taken away at any time, and that's one of the things I've kind of learned. So as we look back at all the work that we did, don't lose sight of where you came from, because that's going to help you understand others and give your compassion. The goal of the empath is to be able to put yourself in another's shoes, and feel what they feel and know what they know. And that healing that is so important. For many of you, it will be a fortunate time with this. I've got the wheel, and the wheel does turn, and the Lionsgate portal will turn. It will be a very fortunate time for you. But can you let go of some of those burdens? Can you let go and release what you need to release so you can go forward, so you don't get left behind? What can I burn? Just like the card says, what can I burn? What can I release so I can go forward positively? The end card is the dreamer, which is the fool, to take that leap of faith. Just like it says, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. So you can do it. You can have your dream. You can do that. The Lionsgate portal it's really a good day, but it's a very reflective day, but especially to see what else do I need to heal? Is there still work I need to do? And reflect back on the past. Where have I come from? Where am I now? And where am I going? It really causes you to take a deep pause and just sit there and reflect. And then you shift. You shift especially. Many of you will discover your purpose. Many of you will discover your purpose that day. It'll come together in a revelation. But you got to really kind of sit there. You got to sit with it. What is my purpose? And the Lionsgate, it'll show. Trust me. And some of you can PM me even. You know what? It did show. You're right. I know my purpose now. I would not be surprised if some of you message me and say that happened. Let's draw a Moonology card. I'll draw one more and then I'm going to head out too. And so I drew the card, Work Through Your Fears. So this is a big one. That's one of the things that can stop us, especially if we're going to take a leap of faith. We got to work through our fears. So another thing during that day, what do you fear the most? Face it head on. That's very important. I know a lot of us are very fearful of the world right now. I completely empathize with you. I worry about it to a degree. I mean, I definitely want change and so forth, but I always trust spirit. That's one thing I do not break on, because I know that there is a plan that I may not 100% be aware of. I know it's leading to a new earth. I know there will be a happy ending. Just like I was watching another spiritualist video, we know the ending is going to be a happy ending. No matter what. No, even people who are opposed to a happy ending, there is one. And we will get there. So just remember, you're going to be tested on what you know. That's especially the message that I'm getting for this Lionsgate portal. And I hope you enjoy my read.